What is up? What is greetings, Guardians? This is the Insane One here, back once again with another Destiny 2 gameplay for week 7 for Season of the Wish. And I'm pretty much pushing my luck with this one because if I'm correct, it's supposed to be the closing week and everything like that. Well, I wouldn't say closing week, but this is the final week before we get to the closing season for Season of the Wish. So we're gonna jump on into this action because I am recording this on Monday, so I'm running late. All right. Nice. Ooh, excuse me. I already knew you had nothing going on. This is about this. Travel to the Dreaming City again. How many times you want me to travel to the Dreaming City? Jesus, I already did that shit twice. Where's all this now? Launch exotic. Why are you telling me this like I don't have that quest already?
The time has come. Mara's Techians say that the last remaining egg will soon enter the heart of the confluence. Once it is secured, then by the terms of our bargain, I will grant Savathun's wish. Doing so will require a great expenditure of my power. The Techians will not be able to maintain my conjuring afterward. Which is to say, that the wish will be our farewell. Oh, guardian mine. What a strange life this has been. By Ahamkara standards, it was comfortable and luxurious.
I bet.
I spent my days with royalty and my nights with my beloved. I never wanted for sustenance, for I was presented with wishes to spare. And though it was all taken from me, in the end, my murderer set me free and ensured the future of the progeny my mate and I created. Now, I will sacrifice my own lingering existence to ensure your future in return. Perhaps I am more like Tyrannus than I would like to admit. He always claimed I was.
Okay. All of a sudden you just want to change because you wouldn't talk like that in the beginning until you saw him.
One final egg remains, one hidden within my own court by Tyrannus, in a secluded chamber of starlight and potential.
The confluence has aligned, and our goal is in sight. To know all our efforts are coming to fruition is exhilarating.
Is that a smile I hear in your voice, Osiris? You're lucky the Guardian was a few words, lest they ruin your stoic reputation in the tower.
I cannot help but feel alive in this moment. Though there is still much to do. It seems possible now.
I don't care about his smile, and I don't care to see one. I push myself, I already seen this man smile at the end of Curse of Osiris. He had a big ass smile on his face.
Of course. My final child is held captive in the Queen's private wing. How ironic. How appropriate. Just think, if we had continued working together with respect, with trust, as equals, we could have built so much more than this city. We could have been friends.
Do you feel it, Mara?
As I do.
We stand before the end. All that remains is to know whether we are swept away by it, or it breaks against us.
And to see what consequences our wish has wrought. That is where my mind rests. Let hope stay my fears.
Hope, yes. But also our mettle, our actions. I am confident in our heading, come what may.
In Crow. In us. As am I. We've spent so long holding together the pieces, Osiris. Do you worry what will come after all of this?
No. I welcome it. I'm tired, Mara. I'm ready for what comes next. It's all right to admit you are too.
Damn it, it's right there. Of course he's ready. He ain't doing nothing. He's just sitting at the tower. I'm the one that gotta go up in here.
Scorn have found their way into your domain.
Of course they did.
How?
This place is woven into the confluence. To expose it for us was to expose it to the enemies already within our walls. And the Scorn have long been within these walls.
Then we will remove them.
This is the same room where we avenged Sagira by killing the High Celebrant. So it's pretty funny. Oh, that's all. Quit hitting me.
Scorn reinforcements descend upon you. Prepare yourself for battle.
Just want to give my super. That's my cleansing. I swear to God, if you get this shield back from running like a little bitch, I'm gonna be pissed. Fuck off of me. The other ones. I didn't kill them. There was 3 of them. I don't remember killing the first one I shot, unless he died from that rocket blast, which I highly doubt.
Most of these Scorn are mindless husks raised by the Witness. But others, they bear Fickrul's touch.
Has he resurfaced? Crow believes he fled the shore and remains a fugitive.
Petra reported activity from Fickrul's knights on Earth. They sought recruits, along with a dead Ahamkara's power.
Knights? Strategy? Their culture deepens. Fickrul means to make a wish, then. For the Witness.
I think not. Their motivations are both against us, but not aligned. Something else is at play.
He said he was going to return. For those of you who do not know,
they're attempting to force a wish from the embryo. This must not come to pass. A whim, like a venomous hatchling, knows nothing of restraint.
Fire team, engage the enemy.
For those of you who do not know, Pickrell is the actual name for the Fanatic from the Forsaken DLC, who has the power of being able to resurrect, which is why he said we're pretty much the same, because even though we even though we defeated Pickrell, he was not dead. He was able to revive. Same with Cade, because it was speculated if Cade defeated him or not, and Cade, if I'm correct, Cade knew he didn't defeat Pickrell and knew Pickrell was going to come back, or the Fanatic was going to come back. So, bro, I already know I'm gonna have to take the shields down with that poison shit. Piss off. That's what you missed. So yeah, I guess he's coming back. Either most likely he's gonna be a boss fight and the final shape, if not here. Unless this will be his final death. But who knows? Because Pickrell doesn't have a ghost. So
now shatter their totems. End this fool's errand.
Let's get it on!
dumbasses. It's right there? Just like that? Who's coming?
Could that have worked? Could the Scorn have brought a wish to fruition like that?
No. At least, I do not believe it is possible. Though I wasn't willing to see them try.
This egg is not the first to find itself in your court. Did you intend to breed the Ahamkara again?
I intended to maintain a suitable suite of options from which to choose. Nothing more. Those plans were made so long ago, Osiris, and the eggs corrupted beyond healing. Things are different now. Whether the Ahamkara live on is not mine to choose.
To relinquish control is almost as frightening as trust or hope. Sometimes, that is all we have.
And in that trust, our pact concludes. I will make your wish.
Riven's last clutch. Plucked from the void and saved from extinction. Maybe that bodes well for the rest of us. Either way, we held up our end of the bargain. Now it's Riven's turn. Hey... I need to tell you something while I have the chance. That first moment when I woke up in the Dreaming City, I was so lost, confused. I didn't know where to go, who to trust. Everyone hated me for something I couldn't even remember. But you helped me find my footing. And when my memories came back and everything made less sense than ever, you were there to see me through. You gave me the chance to walk through the Dreaming City with my head held high and the courage to follow a new path. Thank you, Guardian. For everything. See you, Starside.
That is if you survive. Go to the Wall of Wishes to make the 15th wish. Is that in the Dreaming City, right?
Has the time come for my final meal?
You ain't eating me.
Your ambitions fed me well before. I've never tasted such a gulf between desire and reality. Then you killed me. Now you and I have returned to the start. Last meal, last words, last wish. May it bring you everything you deserve.
Well, I didn't kill you, but my fellow Guardians did. I never got a chance to kill you. Just like I never got a chance to kill Oryx, but that's besides the point.
So the generation of Ahamkara turns over. One last death to feed new life. What will it feed within you?
Did you make the wish? You didn't say, I grant your wish. Your wish is my command. You are failing at your task. Oh, how long have y'all been here? Are y'all just standing there? I guess that's it. Oh.
This one you shall cherish, O guardian mine.
You're sure about this?
I am. It has to be me.
Does it?
We'll find each other again.
Will you?
Always.
Is that your heartbeat? Dang, the controller doesn't vibrate from the heartbeat. You have to run? The connection is
I kept
broken.
my promise, as you did yours. Isn't that a pleasant surprise?
For that, at least, you have my thanks.
And you have mine for always providing such a unique challenge. To impose your desires upon reality so artfully. You could teach my children a great deal. Until we meet again, Mara.
Will you guys? Are you able to meet again? You've already fulfilled your final wish. Lost connection.
Is he? He is on his way.
Don't get shot. You know, it's dangerous up in there. Especially someone you're gonna meet.
It's no small feat, the things you've helped accomplish today. Thanks to you, and guardians like you, Crow has grown. Walked his own path. In aiding Riven's clutch, you've averted the annihilation of an entire species. Provided a chance for her children to choose their own paths. We'll be there to guide them, should they require it. Riven was never truly an ally, but common cause aligned us in a way I had not anticipated. Relying on her was a risk, true. But there was a time when the Vanguard was averse to trusting me as well. Trust is dangerous, risky, vulnerable. But to trust is to hope. And what is life without it? It separates us from the witness, a creature that is the death of those things, of all things. I've peered into its eclectic souls and found only nihilism. Even now, the soul divisive burns through the dreaming city and the confluence. You've granted the wish, carved a path, but battles remain before you. Expunge the Vex from the dreaming halls while Osiris prepares the veil to forge a bridge to my brother. This will allow you to lead a strike force into the Traveler's pale heart and rendezvous with Crow.
Rindisvels.
From there, it will be the fight of your lives. Steel yourself. You fight for all of us.
It could have just been 1810. Okay, piss off.
My queen, the Techien await authorization to position your personal harbinger. Their second missive, they say.
I already... Never mind. Tell them I will see to its deployment myself.
If I could speak bluntly, my queen, you seem distracted of late.
Just mulling on history in a different light. Taranis and Riven. Against all odds, they found each other and chose love instead of misery. Until I tore them apart in the Great Hunt. I locked Riven in a gilded cage and hid her away.
In doing so, you saved her from destruction.
She'll be alright.
For good or for ill, I do not regret my part in the hunt. Nor the second chance we have given the Ahamkara by seeking Riven's eggs. And I'm glad she and Taranis could meet again, in a way, before the end. They have me thinking of Siur.
Oh, that's how
I
you pronounce it?
see. What was she like as Queen's Wrath? I was too young to know the Awoken behind the legend.
Siur was the soldier we sent to break the tide if it ever turned against us.
If half the legends about her were true, she should have been the one to face the curse.
You're both warriors in your own right. She, a war cudgel, and you, a master-crafted blade. But she would have been untested as regent. You gave our people hope when it had burned away in my absence, and held it high. You forged an alliance with humanity, guided the Techeuns because you've walked their path. No one else could have ruled in my place. Any further questions, my wrath?
Just one. What did you love about her?
I could list reasons until soul burned out, but they would be lacking in complete truth. We do not love rationally. We just love.
I'll keep that in mind, my queen.
Jealous? Damn cat. This ain't straight. Well, Guardians, that was the entire, well, so far the entire season for Season of the Wish, because we still have the closing season to get to, but that won't be until this 141 days is up, so that'll be a while. But right now, this is the entire quest for Season of the Wish completed and everything. So if you guys did enjoy, well, actually before I do the outro, I just wanted to give my thoughts for, since this is the final season, I can give my thoughts for everything. So meaning like from expansion all the way to the final season, which is Season of the Wish. But so pretty much like how I felt about the Lightfall campaign. I mean, the story, it did start off interesting and everything. We started, I mean, like I said, like I mentioned in the first video, it did have the same feel as the base game for Destiny, which is the Red War, when that started. But the only difference is that happened on Earth. This one's in space above Earth and everything like that. By the way, it goes still the same feel, but as everything started going more and more, it kind of ended in a weird way. But I mean, like, but one thing I can say that Lightfall did do better than the Witch Queen is that the main enemy focus stayed with the Shadow Legion and everything like that, because Witch Queen, that was a good expansion story and everything, but the thing that I hated about Witch Queen is that we just kept fighting Scorn when the Witch Queen, before the Witch Queen happened, they were doing all this hyping up about there being Lucent Hive and everything like that. And then like talking about how we're gonna, and then just showing us how the Hive have the light and how we got to deal with that. But then when the story actually came out, we only fought like the Lucent Hive. So like, throughout the entire story, we fought the Lucent Hive like I would say three times, but the whole rest of it was just Scorn and everything. And I'm like, what the fuck? I said, does the Scorn really need to be here? I mean, I know the Scorn did play a part of the story, but like I wanted to still fight the Lucent Hive. But yeah, that's the thing I did like that Lightfall did do. We stayed with Shadow Legion, and I wouldn't say they didn't overuse Tormentors and everything, because Tormentors, they showed up when the time was right, I would say. Like, the Tormentors just didn't show up every fucking mission to the point where it just makes them annoying, or where it gets people like, okay, so here's another Tormentor abusing a new enemy, versus, you know, how they had them now, where the Tormentor showed up in the beginning, and then the Tormentor showed up in, like, I would say the third mission, and then the Tormentor showed up in the last mission. I mean the strike as well, but that was, I wouldn't really say that counts, but maybe it does. But then the Tormentor showed up in the last mission near the end and everything like that. So, but I mean, like, as far as it, actually the Tormentor did show up in, like, I would say the 5th mission as well, because when we were driving around in the tank. But other than that, now as far as Tormentors go, now I mean, I get they're supposed to be something powerful, but it does get annoying when they just always keep suppressing me. And but one thing I do hate is their projectiles. Like, when you're behind cover and the projectile can still hit you through the wall for some odd reason, instead of, you know, missing you, because I guess their aimbot is just so fucking overpowered for no reason. So that's one thing that did annoy me about the Tormentors. Now for Season of Defiance, I'm gonna just go off right off the bat. Fuck that damn season right off the bat. For one, because at first Season of Defiance did start off pretty decent. It was interesting. It was getting us. I mean, so far, they still did not explain why the Witness was kidnapping people. But my assumption is, since we found out the story for Season of the Deep for the Witness, is how it's just a conglomerate of people bottled up into one, using the power from the darkness to make it into the Witness. I have a feeling that's why the Witness was gathering up people and Elixni to gather them all up, use the darkness, and I guess absorb them, maybe add them to the collection of the people, of the bodies that it has. I don't know. Like I said, so that season still did not go through an explanation for what was happening and everything. But like now as everybody already knows, the elephant in the room, Amanda's death was still the dumbest shit ever. It was very avoidable, it was very unnecessary, and it was just very much out of fucking nowhere. There was no because literally they killed her off the very mission after we just learned her story. We could have been learning more from her, learning all this, like, who taught her as a pilot. She says she learned how to become a pilot, but she didn't tell us who. She didn't get a chance to tell us who taught her. I mean, some could say that she probably taught herself, but who knows? We probably got to read in the books to figure out who taught her how to become a pilot and everything. We could have learned more of her story, but we can't now because she died off of some dumb shit, and they just killed her off. And now one thing I did not know this, because some people were like, oh, maybe they killed her off because the voice actress didn't wanna work there anymore. But no, the voice actress for Amanda Holiday is the same voice actress for Keitel. I did not know that shit. I very much didn't know that. So that threw me the hell off. And because at first I said, oh, somebody's just joking. But then I started seeing a lot of more people say that. So I said, whoa, that I was not expecting that to be a thing. So because that one time when I asked who was the voice actress for Keitel and everything, turns out it was the same one for Amanda Holiday. So apparently Amanda Holiday's voice actress has been making me laugh when she voices Keitel the entire time, saying all this out of pocket shit, saying all this other stuff. It's funny. So, but yeah, and then they did that, and then the closing mission for Season of Defiance, where they had us, I guess, go for vengeance. But to me, that wasn't vengeance. We just blew up a fucking ship. That's like, we blew up one ship out of the how many of those things are. So like I said, that it really felt like we didn't do nothing. If anything, we were just making Crow feel better. Like I stated before, it just felt like we were making Crow feel better the entire time. So that was my thoughts on. So like anyway, in a way, Season of Defiance is pretty much a forgettable one, and if anything. And then now Season of the Deep. Moving on to that, now it was pretty neat that they brought Titan back as well as Sloane, but once again, it was still somewhat a letdown, because the entire story for Season of the Deep it wasn't doing a very good job of keeping me hooked on it. Like every time a week happened, it just put me on that feeling like, oh great, let me go hurry up and get this out of the way, so that way I could, I guess, be caught up. And then like it kept losing my attention and everything. And then even when it came to the story for the witness, like they didn't do a good job with building up the story to the witness, because it only explained, because Season of the Deep, they stated that the season is supposed to explain what the witness is. They only did that once and everything. If anything, they were too busy. I would say the reason why is because Xivu Arath took the attention, or I would say stole the spotlight throughout that entire season for Season of the Deep and everything like that. So, because I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad idea for them to have brought Xivu Arath in it, because the whole point of Xivu Arath being there is because she's semi-corrupting, or in the head of Sloane, is making her like messing with her mind throughout that entire thing, to mess with her plan, so that way she can get to Asa, because Xivu Arath wants to kill the final Leviathan. I assume it's the final Leviathan, because the reason why I say that is because Ghost of the Deep, there was something in the ocean during that dungeon, bigger than Asa, mind you. That shit was fucking huge. So I wouldn't say Asa is the final Leviathan, because I don't know what the fuck that thing was. I don't know if it was even explained in Ghost of the Deep, because like I said, we didn't really finish yet. Me and Delta still need to go back in to do so I can make my second recording again. So because right now that just really pissed me off. But either way it goes. But yeah, that's the whole point of Xivu Arath. So I have a feeling Xivu Arath kind of took the attention away from what was originally supposed to be happening. And like I said, one thing, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that Xivu Arath took the attention, because the voice actress did a very good job being Xivu Arath, because she stole the damn spotlight immediately. Like, as soon as she started, I still won't forget the last breath in my mouth bullshit. But I'm not saying that line was dumb. I'm just saying I still find that shit funny, because once again, I'd never heard that before. But yeah, so they only explained the witness once, and that was in week 5, and that was in the story. And even then, I think the other reason why it was also a problem, because Bungie's controversy that I explained for during that week, and plus like how the witness's story is still kind of was very underwhelming, like I said, because it was it was fucking still, it was still semi-human rather than it being the form of darkness itself, just like morphed into a entity from everything, from every darkness within, from the darkness within every being in the universe. So that, which, because that one would have made more sense, but who knows? But like, I don't know, maybe we might see some more shit when it comes to Final Shape or the aftermath of Final Shape. Who knows? But yeah. So, oh, and then don't forget, and then the other stupid shit that made me hate Season of the Deep was their dumbass fishing mechanic that they introduced and everything. So it's when it comes to messaging, I can only type it in a way so much so that way it won't sound confusing. So now that I can actually speak on it, I can say it. So like the dumb thing about the fishing is that the fishing has a progression bar that only can be moved up if you or everybody around you catches legendary or exotic fish. Now legendary fish, they're already rare to catch, so you got to get lucky. I only managed to catch, I think, 1 or 2 legendary fish throughout the entire time I was fishing. The only fishes I kept catching was green ones. It was already rare for me to catch a blue one, so it made it extremely rare for me to catch a purple one, which is legendary. So it made it since it was me, that turned it to damn near impossible for me to catch an exotic. I never caught an exotic fish at all, because one, like I was stating in, like how I did in the description, and like I was stating in one of the videos, public events ruin the progress for fishing. Like literally, so let's say you guys fill the bar up. When the bar is filled up, that's when it's more likely for you guys to start catching better fish. It's a higher chance for you to catch legendary. It's a higher chance for you to catch, I would say higher, but it's a small chance for you to catch exotic, because you need the exotic fish. Because you need exotic fishes. I think you have, if I'm correct, you have to catch 1 exotic fish from each destination that has a fishing area, so that way you can unlock the secret area within the deep dive mission, so that way you can get the exotic weapon within the deep dive within that mission. And that mission is timed, by the way, and you have a certain amount of time to kill the boss in that room. So of course, the boss has an immune state phase and everything like that. So to break its immune phase, you got to run around the whole maze-like area to kill the wizards that's giving it its immunity. So if you don't have enough good weapons, then it's going to take you a long time. And if people in your area keeps dying, that's also taking a long time, because now you guys have to wait to respawn. Now if time runs out, or if you all die at that time, then you're kicked out of the secret area all the way to the final mission, to the final boss fight of that deep dive mission and everything like that. But yeah, so that's the whole point of catching exotic fishes. And that's the whole point of trying to fill up the bar. Now let's say you guys finally fill up the bar after fishing for like who knows how long, trying to catch these damn fishes. So if a public event is already getting ready to start, then that's already spiking up your nerves already. That's making y'all nervous already, because no, we finally just got this progress up, because it's not like, because it does now. See, if the progress was made that catching any fish brings up the progress bar, okay then. I don't give a fuck if a public event interrupts it. Fine, we can just move the bar up any more. But if it's only moved up from legendary and exotics, then go fuck yourself for that bullshit. Because if you guys finally fill up the bar and the public event starts, the fishing area disappears. You can't fish anymore. Like, you literally can't. You'll get kicked out of it. You guys gotta go hurry up and complete the public event. But I mean, there is a glitch. They say there is a glitch to start it, but I mean, like, who knows? Not everybody knows that fucking glitch to do that. But yeah, so once the public event is done, the fishing area respawns, and then once you go back to fishing, the bar is back to empty, and you got to start all over. So that's the dumb shit about fishing. And plus, like, they could have did it in a different way for us. I mean, like, when we were in the water, they could have just had us go find some fish that be swimming around and catch them motherfuckers and shit like that. They have Alkane in the water. Why can't they just put like secret hidden fish that we gotta go around to collect ourselves and shit like that? They could have put that in the deep dive, the three Guardian fire team area, so that way it's easier. Especially since the deep dive is where the secret mission is. You could have had the fish scattered around the area where we're underwater, so that way we can actually catch them. But so yeah, the fishing was just pointless to me. I hated the fishing mechanic. I'm not the only one that hated the fishing mechanic and everything like that. So pretty much in a way that I didn't care for Season of the Deep at all. Now Season of the Witch, that's the first season for this expansion that was actually interesting, that actually did something, because that actually had me hooked. Well, despite its the shitty service that was going on throughout that entire season, that just besides that, the story was very interesting. Like I said, I don't know if it's because it's Hive related, but once again, as I was saying, Season of the Deep was Hive related, but this one is more interesting and everything, because we're actually, there's a reason. I mean, because it's keeping us interested, because we see Eris Morn's activate her hive-like state for the first time. We actually see that in action, so we don't know if it's gonna. And the other reason why it was interesting, because for people that read the lore, in the Strangers timeline, the start of their collapse was all started with when Eris tapped into her inner hive ability. She became corrupted by the power and wanted and was like, because as when Eris fully became the strongest hive, she says she tasted the true strength. She tasted very like the true meaning of power for that very moment before she canceled it. But in Liz's timeline, Eris did not cancel it because there was nobody there to talk her out, like talk her down, like, and then everything, like, or being worried about her and everything, because everybody just thought, oh, we can trust Eris. So apparently, but Eris wasn't. I guess Eris got too greedy for the power, so she became powerful. And so since she became powerful, Aramis was under Aramis worked for Eris and everything like that. So that was the start of the whole collapse, and then that's when Aramis came along, and then everything else came along and all of that. So yeah, that was one of the other interesting things about Season of the Witch, because we already knew that Eris was gonna not be like that, because final shape has to happen for a reason. So, but the one thing I already knew that wasn't gonna happen was Zevo Raz's death. Of course, I already knew they weren't gonna kill Zevo Raz I already knew they weren't gonna kill a hive god in a season, because that would just be terrible. That would be terrible ideas. But so yeah, so season of the Witch is what kept me interested from beginning all the way to the end. And then they had the secret mission with the Embaru engine and everything like that, which was pretty cool, because the secret mission led up to us knowing what the next season was going to be about. So season of the Witch, that was a good season. It took 3 seasons for them before it can actually get a good one. Ooh, excuse me. Now Season of the Wish, the final season, the one that we're on now. As much as I raged to this season, because like I already stated, I stated it in the video, but I hate when we're forced into exotic missions, because like it throws me off. Because it just throws me off. Like, what? I gotta go into an exotic mission, or some shit like that. Because I prefer it. I prefer me to be, because I prefer to know that there is an exotic mission available, and it's optional. So that way I can prepare myself to go into that exotic mission, like get my light level shit and everything like that, get the weapons that I need, because normally I hate when they force me into an exotic mission and the mission isn't, and there's no need for the weapon in the exotic mission, because we got a bow and everything, but like what does the bow do? Does it because see, with Season of the Lost, we got the Agar Scepter, and the Agar Scepter opened up secret pathways within the areas that we needed to go. The areas were optional, but it allowed us to find secrets within the arena, within the stuff like that. So that's why Agar Scepter worked. Operation Seraph's Shield. We got the Revision 0 that only allowed us to shoot yellow balls, but Nobody cared about that shit. I mean that, but the yellow balls just opened up access to the secret door in that exotic, only in that exotic mission. So, like, if anything, I'm like, okay, but as far as the bow, I don't know what it could be used for. It doesn't, so far it doesn't seem like it was for any, it was good to go with anything. Push gonna shove, it could open up some of the secret chests in Riven's Spire, or whatever it's called, Riven's Lair, that's what it was. So, but yeah, I mean, like, I'm not saying Season of the Wish was a bad season due to because of how I raged and how pissed off I was getting. Because I don't want to use me getting pissed off as the reason why the season was bad. That's just me getting pissed off from dying from stupid shit, or from the way the mechanics were. But as far as everything, like, Season of the Wish was still another interesting season for this expansion. So that's pretty much 2 seasons out of this expansion in total, and everything like that. So, but because, you know, we're finding all the Ahamkara eggs. Turns out there were still some around. So those eggs. So I guess we're gonna be seeing more Ahamkara hatching later on in the future. And if I'm correct, Mara Sov is gonna be raising them, because I guess that was the promise that she made to Riven, if I'm correct. But other than that, like, and then we got to see the story of Riven and her mate who mate, and then we found out why Ahamkaras don't grant their own wishes and shit like that, because it kills them. So apparently that's something that can happen with the Ahamkaras. So they thrive off of making wishes for others, for the things that those people desire and stuff like that. So I guess, so now that he's dead and he gave us his bow, I guess that's something that's a thing. But yeah, so I guess we're just now waiting for the closing season to see what happens. Well, of course, if I'm correct, the closing season is just going to be where we open up the portal because Kroll makes it to his destination to get there, and then that's when Mara sends us into the Ascended Realm, and then we traverse. I mean, I don't know how we're going to travel through the Ascended Realm all the way through the Traveler, no, she said Osiris is using the veil to make a link to him somehow. I don't know how it's gonna work. But I could have sworn he mentioned something with the Ascendant Plane and shit like that. But who knows? We might see if that is how it's gonna happen. Then I guess we might see what the Traveler looks like in the Ascendant Plane, if the Traveler even has an Ascendant Plane. But yeah. So that was pretty much my thoughts on how I felt on the seasons. Like, Season of the Witch, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Season of the Wish, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, only because I just want to see what the closing season is like and everything like that. But yeah, as far as Season of the Deep, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Season of Defiance, I give it a 1 out of 10. Lightfall, I'd give it a 6 out of 10, because the start off was good. I did like fighting the Shadow Legion. The Tormentors were an interesting enemy, but as far as the ending goes, that ending still doesn't sit right with me for Lightfall, because it still kind of pisses me off how we just keep flaunting our ghost out like that, even though knowing damn well we've had knowledge of knowing that the darkness or the witness can take over our ghost at any moment. It literally was happening, especially since it was literally happening in the fucking story of Lightfall. Our ghost literally just got stiffed up and showed us visualization of Callus through the witness's eyes and everything like that, and our ghost could not control it. So and then after it was over, our ghost said he felt sick and everything, and talk about it. So it was literally like, so why the fuck did we have our ghost out so close to the fucking veil? Even when we got inside the room, our ghost even mentioned how the veil made him feel. So I don't know why we just had our ghost out. That was so weird for them to have that as an ending. I would have very much preferred it if Callus was secretly the thing to accessing the shit for it. I mean, I get it won't make any fucking sense, but the witness could secretly have done something to Callus without him realizing. When Callus was reborn, he could have had it. He could have made that the reason. He just needed Callus to die, which is why he knew we were going to kill him. So it was all a part of his plan to have us kill Callus, and we played right into his trick. So that's how I felt would have been better in a way, rather than us just throwing out our ghosts, because a lot of bad shit have already happened with people throwing out their ghosts out of nowhere. That's how Cade died. He activated his ghost in front of enemies. They shot it. It shattered, and he couldn't revive anymore. I assume that's how Osiris lost Osigera. She was out. Civil Wrath got her and destroyed her. Like I said, it wasn't really. I don't think there's any cutscene. I mean, there was never a cutscene as far as I know. I think people made a fan made video of how it went down with Sigura's death. But as far as Destiny goes, there was no cutscene for Sigura's death. So, but I assume that's how Sigura died, because Osiris has a habit of having her out more than any guardian that I've seen. So she's always floating around. So that's probably how she got killed, because she didn't jump back into him. So, but then for us to just have our ghost out right in front of the veil, right, and the very thing that the witness was wanting, knowing damn well that the witness could take control of our ghost, there it is. So we used our ghost to make a link. So that's the reason why I give it I think, did I say 6? I think that's why I give it a 6 out of 10, because the way it ended, it just doesn't sit right with me. So, but yeah, if you Guardians did enjoy the final week before the closing season for Season of the Wish, then you can go ahead, leave a like and comment below, share your thoughts of what you Guardians thought of today's video, as well as what are your thoughts for the expansion and all the seasons, and what type of rating would you give it, and everything like that. Would you give it a better one than mine? Would you give it a worse one than mine? So, and also subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any incoming gameplay for Destiny 2 and so on, for when the final shape drops. I could be doing that. But yeah, until then, peace out, Guardians, or eyes up, Guardians.